Jombre cooked up a pretty cool deck a few days ago, and I gave it a try, and I gotta say it definitely does look promising. So in this video I'm gonna give you a quick guide about the deck, talk about mulligans, win rates, and general tips so you can do well with this cool new Huddle Up Druid. Hope you find the video helpful, and if you do, a like and a subscribe would be great. Nowadays I'm just dishing out Hearthstone guides left and right, so at this point I'm basically the Hearthstone guide guy. So yeah, if you guys are thinking about starting a new deck, definitely check my channel and see if I already don't have a guide about it. Now let's get into the video.
You are not prepared!
Here's what the stats show. Jombre definitely clapped really big with this one. He is 32 wins and 12 losses with this thing, in top legend nonetheless. Kinda weird that he did all those games and he's still in 151. Maybe these stats are a little bit on the buggy side, but all around the deck is definitely pretty good. I gave it a try and it really felt nice. It felt nice and fresh, and it feels like a druid deck, you know? It scams a lot of mana, it scams a lot of stuff on the board, and all around it was pretty fun and enjoyable to play. When people ask me what my favorite class is, I'm always hesitant to say anything, but deep in my mind I have a feeling Druid has always been there for me. And this deck definitely felt like the type of bullshit I'm into, being able to cheat out a lot of stuff you're not supposed to and not even have to work too hard in order to do it. But yeah, what is this deck trying to do? It's called Huddle Up Druid because the main card in here would be indeed Huddle Up. But it's not the only thing this deck does. You can do something crazy like turn 4 Huddle Up or turn 5 Tsunami, a very quick Ferak, a decently quick Mr. Clockworth, and so much more. Like, the deck is basically built around scamming, and the way it does it is thanks to things like trail mixes, things like innervates, obviously New Heights, King Tide as well as in here, and a Midrasil. All around with all of those cards you are going to be able to do a lot more things than the opponent is going to be doing against you, and a lot quicker too. So yeah, what do we have across the board here? We have things like Innervate, with which you are going to be able to do things quicker. Arcanite Revelation gives you nice card draw for turn 1 and also could give you a discount on a spell you might want. Seabreeze Chalice is gonna help you live long enough to tell the tale. With Horn of Plenty you could get yourself plenty. Duh, it's in the name. But yeah, you could discover yourself extra good nature spells with a discount on them as well, so that could help. Story of Barnabas thins out your deck and draws you some big minions, but you also have small ones like Elise, like King Tide, but the rest of them are big enough for them to actually get the buff, aside from Mr. Clocksworth. Same can be said for Acera now that I said it, but yeah, you still have plenty of big things like Forest Lord, like Ziliax, Ferak, Naralax, Mista Vista, and that's about it. But yeah, basically you want to be getting yourself minions. The extra armor and health is just bonus if it happens. The trail mix is really important to know when to play it. Like, if you manage to time this one correctly, you could be doing some really crazy things a lot sooner than you're supposed to, and turn 4 or 5 Huddle Up really is too much for most opponents. The New Heights obviously as busted as ever, giving you more mana than the opponent always has been and always will be great. The Swipe gives you a little bit of control. At least the Navigator in here, you actually don't want to be going for a copy. The main thing you want to be going for out of this would be the +1 or +2 attack, either on a 1 mana or a 5 mana location. And I have a feeling the 5 mana location is the optimal one. And you are gonna get to see that from the games where we literally stumbled upon an insane lethal out, and all of the decisions we did up until then actually were mattering. So yeah, playing at least for a 5 mana location, following up with it later, preferably after a Huddle Up already stuck on the board, is basically like a mini Bloodlust, and the opponent usually doesn't even expect it. But yeah, I think the two best things you could be going for here would be the +2 attack out of the 5 mana location and discovering yourself a spell with -4 on it. The King Tide is especially important in here, especially if you manage to got yourself New Heights before that, because that way you get to play this guy and you are gonna have access to 5 mana before the opponent does, which is absolutely huge. Because if you're going second with this guy and you play him on turn 4, the opponent already has 5 mana himself, so if he is some kind of a big spell connoisseur, he could do some punishes for you, but a lot of the times opponents are not exactly keen on playing big spells on those turns. Just don't get fooled by coining this guy out on turn 3, thinking you're gonna be able to coin yourself into a 5 mana spell afterwards. That's not how this guy works. Your spells are gonna be expensive for the next turn as well, obviously. But this guy definitely is a great thing to be doing on turn 4, so you can follow up with a turn 5 Huddle Up or a turn 5 Tsunami. A Midrasil is as good as ever here, even though it's a little bit more expensive now. It still gives you a lot of card draw, it still gives you extra mana to work with, so the sooner you play this, the better, so you can do bigger, better things sooner. Mista Vista still pretty good in here. With this guy, you get to repeat 1 or 2 frickin' Tsunamis with this thing, getting yourself extra mana like that, Story of Barnabas, Innervates, card draw with Arcanite, extra Seabreeze Chalices, swipes, so on and so forth. It can really be busted. And also a single Huddle Up would also also be pretty decent in here. If you didn't get the Tsunami, it's still a great way to actually refill the board in a couple of turns after this guy got played. The Huddle Up is really good in here. Playing this thing as soon as turn 4 or 5 really doesn't allow a lot of opponents to actually handle it, because there are plenty of 7 and 8 health Nagas you could be getting out of it, even though the norm is around 3 health or low. There's a few 1/2s, a couple of 2/2s, that kind of stuff, so don't expect some super huge boards out of this, but usually a couple of big statted minions like the 4/7 Lifesteal Naga or the 3/8 Amalgam Naga could be pretty cool getting him out of this. And like I said, if you combo it off with Elise after that, like you do this on turn 5, and after that on turn 6, the opponent usually killed a Naga or 2, leaving you enough room to put down the 5 mana location and giving +2 on everything is just gonna be tons of damage, as you're gonna see from the games. Neralax still allows you to do broken stuff like quick Ferak, quick Essera, that kind of stuff, so a very nice bomb turn for a bunch of stats. With Mr. Clocksworth, you have 3 chances to change the minions you already got from the first one, so usually you're always gonna get yourself a couple of decent legendaries. Don't expect something absolutely broken, but a lot of the times you are actually gonna get something pretty decent. Sheladrusil is also in here. This is gonna allow you to do some more nasty stuff, like if you stick a minion on the board, you basically have +10 damage out of this for later, and you're also gonna be able to return a minion to the opponent's hand or deck, which could be busted. Tsunami, like I said, pretty cracked. Summoning yourself 3/6s that freeze the opponent's stuff, including face, could be super good against some classes, especially like dummy warriors, like rogues, that kind of stuff. Demon hunters as well would be quite the big punish, and doing this as soon as turn 5 really is busted. Ferak is as random as ever. He could give, he could take, but a lot of the times he give. Essera is pretty nice, giving you that extra mana. Basically, the Neralax package nowadays is kind of a staple for decks that can do it a lot sooner than they're supposed to, so this one makes no difference. We also have Ziliax in here, which would be the Twin Plus Perfect module, and this guy tempoed out nice and quick could also be quite the bomb turn for you, bringing you so much stats. Rush, Lifesteal, Divine Shield is just a little bit too much for most, if you do it soon enough, that is. And last but not least, we have Forest Lord Cenarius, and he usually is going to be for a buff 3 times, because a lot of the times you are going to have a wide board with things like Tsunami or Huddle Up. All around, I think you guys already have a feeling for what this deck is trying to do. You basically try to cheat out nice and wide boards, and you get to buff him up nice and big with all sorts of different things. You get to put way too much stats way too early with this one, and it's just all around pretty fun, pretty consistent. And even though the general public so far is not really doing super well with it, it's close to 50%, I think if you really know what to do with this deck, you should be climbing with ease. For the matchups, we actually have some decent stats here, but if you're facing too many super hyper aggro decks like Pain Demon Hunter, like Aggro Pally, Quest Pally, maybe you're not gonna be quick enough. Egg Warlock also will be a bitch, I can tell you that much. Everything else though is pretty close to 50% or far more in your favor, so again, climbing should not be that big a problem, as long as you're not facing the big 4 too much. Going first, and second for that matter, New Heights is always going to be MVP, Arcanite Revelation is also super awesome, King Tide straight out pretty good, Trail Mix absolute unit of a card straight out because you have so many ways to abuse it, Story of Barnabas is okay, Innervate can also be a straight out keep, Horn of Plenty I wouldn't hold on to too much, it's not that amazing, a Midrisil could be something to consider if you're curving into it, the rest probably not so hot, even though at least the Navigator also might make some sense if you ask me. Straight up holding on to Huddle Up might also be a way to go, but you definitely need a curve for it, so at least get yourself a Innervate or a New Heights or best case scenario Trail Mix. On the coin we can see plenty of the same, again exactly the same 2 at the top, New Heights and Arcanite, Trail Mix still MVP, King Tide, like I said, going second not as amazing, but in most cases it still would be great, especially if you have a New Heights to coin out on turn 2, so on turn 3 you can play King Tide with 4 mana, and on turn 4 you are going to have 5 mana before the opponent does, so you are going to completely block him out of using spells, but only do this play if you already have yourself a Tsunami or a freaking Huddle Up to follow up, that would be huge. Story of Barnabas still okay, Innervate still could be good, Elise is nice, the rest probably not so much, even though one of the big spells could definitely make sense if you already have a good curve going for it. All around, that's it for the deck. It is expensive as hell, guys, and it does actually have some niche legendaries in here, so be careful crafting too much for this, even though the only really niche legendaries here most people won't have would be Forest Lord Cenarius and maybe King Tide, so the rest of them are pretty staple legendary cards, or they're just in the core set, or they're free, so it does look expensive, but in reality it actually doesn't require that much crafting. I hope you found the guide helpful. If you did, like, subscribe, all of that good stuff. But now let's check out some of my games on my road back to top legend with it. Hope you enjoy. Here's the deck. Let's see it look.
You will know endless torment. Cenarius, guide me to victory.
Okay, none of those I can tell that much. Oh man. Double trail mix could allow me to do some busted. Some busted. Okay. If I use one right now, next turn I could follow up with at least 1 mana location perhaps. Is that the way? Feels dumb, but I ain't doing much anytime soon. Quick huddle up. Potential after that still remains. I'ma do it. So on turn 4 I get to do the second trail mix, maybe huddle up quick. That will be with the location on the board, however, so one less, but still kind of fine. Let's see what that 1 mana is, though. Am I even going for 1 mana? I'd actually go for 5 mana and not play it. Summon a 5/5 copy. Out of the idiots I have, who do I even want to copy on? It is an okay thing just a copy of Vanilla Minion as well. Discover a spell might also be worth it. Give my characters +2 out of this. And this thing. Okay. Okay. So next turn I'm gonna go with Trail Mix, turn after Huddle Up, see how that go. So far this guy has been doing an awful job at getting corpses. Okay, he's a Starship deck. Ooh, ooh. I'm gonna stick with the plan. Would have been nice if this guy sees it, but it's gonna slow me down. Yeah, let's see how that go. Okay. More room for the huddle up action. Not gonna top deck it, would be kinda obvious I already had one. This could have been worse. Next turn I can fucking do it again if he has an answer for this. If he doesn't, I'm just gonna terror run and fuck him up. And there's nothing he can do about it, I do believe. He could go for a Pyro here. If he's running that package. Some of those Starshits do. But he doesn't, so he's gonna pay the ultimate price. But fuck it. What are you doing, Stub, bro? That's not even killing it. The fuck? This guy drugs? That was so stupid. Could have attacked the 1/2. Well, sucks to be him, I guess. Sucks to be him, I guess. Yeah, why not? Get fucked, son. That was kind of busted now, wasn't it? That was kind of busted now, wasn't it? So that's why we call it Huddle Up Druid. Okay. Makes sense. Makes sense, makes sense. We kind of stumbled upon that lethal, by the way. Like, I was definitely not sold on going for the 5 mana location. I was definitely not sold on going for the +2 attack. Well, I kind of was going for the 5 mana, but still, that was kind of funny. Okay, Story of Barney Boy is cool. Elise is nice, that's about it. That's about it. Okay. Ramping is cool and all, but I'm not in that big a hurry. That ain't too bad. Definitely one of the lethals ever. Okay, ramp it up. Nerlex might be funny soon. This guy does not handle a huddle up if I get one. I really don't have anything to do for Mr. Vista just yet. Let me just go for a 5 mana low KK again, perhaps. Okay. Do I ever Sea Breeze Chalice both of these? I'd probably regret it. I'm not. It's too much. Next turn I might with Mr. Vista, but for now, nah. See what he got buffed there.
I remember this place well.
Who the fuck runs this shit? Dude's feeling creative, apparently. Did I have a nap? Kinda. Yeah, had a nice little chill day now, didn't I? Okay, I think I'm gonna go with the 5 mana location here. I'll even kill that one. Why not? Okay, Resuscitate would not be super cash money for him right about now. What do these guys even cut in order to have Elise in the deck? Like, feels so silly. Next turn I could do some Nerlex action if I top deck a good dragon. A dragon of the good kind. That is a dragon of a good kind. I'm down with it. If I ain't bullshitting, who will? Okay, my turn ain't ended, so I'm either dead or I have things to do. Probably Innervate. If I have Innervate, that won't allow me to play. Ysera, not after the nerfs. But apparently I have some playable. That's the one. Didn't even kill that guy. Cool. Well, that went so well. Do I care to play the Glacial Short? I'd say nah. There Alex lives, the Sarah's gonna be lovely. Okay, I guess the Rushy boy. Boy. Is he gonna have the photon cannon though? Feels like he. Feels like he. Well, 5 throws his face, this wouldn't have happened, so call that a misplay right there. But this guy's almost dead. For anybody keeping track. Can you handle that? He could be running the 7 mana. Shuffle my minions back into my crap, but apparently no. Well, that was easy. Should we get used to those? Let's see. So far, it's a resounding yes. Against the warrior, that might be slow. But we might be quick. We possess the power. I'd go like this, I think. Oof. Ooh. Bit slow in it. Okay, he's a questing man. He's a questing man. He quests things. Okay, that's good. Not so much, but I'll take it. Missed the Vista Druid, apparently. Can't miss the Mista. Mista cannot be missed. Getting a couple of big zillies like that would be funny. Not against this guy in particular, but in general. Help! He's cheating, guys! He's ramping! Oh, never mind. I'm also ramping. It's legal now. It is legal now, guys. Next turn I can miss the Vista turn after double coin tsunami, that ass. Oh, fuck. Ooh. That ain't good. That ain't good. These guys don't run the undead that swaps out shit, so I'll just do this. And we're gonna have to handle that. Shield slap. How dare he? Why did you slap? Okay, that helped me a little. Another one. Definitely wants me a tsunami in the mix. That was the best outcome, I'd say. Sure. Another one. I'm down with it. There's gonna be a lot of tsunamis next turn. Huh? You piece of piss, you didn't freeze him? Well, doesn't matter. It's not like he's threatening me or something. Question is he gonna kill these? I really hoped these actually kill themselves into that 8. Them not doing it now limits the amount of tsunamis I'm gonna get at, but that's what the game wanted now, wasn't it? Pretty rigged. Well, that was still decent. Could have been worse. Could have been worse. Sadly, I can't even put down my Zilliax and feel good about it, but This Chalice ain't the worst either. So let's try doing that. I'm not gonna be killing off just for the sake of getting myself a 1-drop. I don't care about those. Let's see what the card draw is though. Another swipage. Cool.
I know my strength.
Surely this guy has a way to deal with white boards. Brawls are in his blood. He is very brawl sexual. Wait, they fixed the animation, so it was a bug? Honestly, I kinda grew attached to that quicker animation, but it is what it is. This hand is fucked. I'll tempo this man. I miss the times where Seabreeze Chalice gone face. That's not bad. Doesn't even do much.
Time is running out. I know my strength. Insignificant.
Yeah, shit, it didn't even got frozen like that? Was half expecting it, but I'd say 10% expecting it, more like it. Okay, gives him another couple of bitches. Sons of bitches. Let's see how that feel. Shellidra still don't do much. Fuck.
What is the best way?
That ain't too bad. That ain't too bad at all. Could also just do this then. Just go like this for now.
Insignificant.
Guess the quest though. What's that gonna do? Another one. You sure about that? Let's find out. Huddle Up is cute. Could draw a couple refresh. What do I even care about from the things I draw there? Not much. Let's still do it though. Okay, we can drop a 1-mana Nissera. Or 1-mana Ferak. I'd go for a Sarah.
All are nourished when the cycle renews.
Okay. Something like that. Another brawl is in his future, probably, though. Quite the massive boards we're building. Him getting both the hydration stations there was kind of big. That's pretty whatever. This could be something Farrak can handle without killing my own shit. I think I'd give it a try. Shallow Drizzle off the top is also pretty lovely. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Farrak here for sure. What's the worst that can happen? Yeet! Well, all my idiots are alive, as they should. Like, how the fuck do I even kill all of my idiots? That was the only non-taunt minion. Good job, Hearthstone. That was also the only non-taunt minion. Okay, there's Shallow Drizzle. I don't have enough room for it, though. Okay. 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 Was he dead on board? Pretty sure he wasn't, but with this, pretty sure he was. Well, we had to use our noodle a little bit here, but used it we did. Dippy! Didn't have room for the shitty part, huh? Dippy shitty. I think I'd hold on to Midrasil as well. Okay, that might be something we can do quickly. That ain't bad either. This guy's a dummy warrior. Trail mix for a Midrasil, is that even worth? Gives me some card draw, I guess. This hand is really not going nowhere fast. I'm gonna do it, but I don't feel great about it. It does allow me to do Mista plus second and Midrasil on turn 5. I regret everything, kinda, but maybe not so much. You heights me, dude. You heights me, dude. Okay. I'll allow it. The weight paid off. Interesting. I think I'd still go like this. That ain't bad at all. That ain't bad at all. Very soon this guy's gonna have quite the board on his hands, and I don't think he can handle it. I don't think he can handle me that way. Okay. Could just double swipe it. I think double swiping it is actually the way to go. Not the worst thing to get in the mix either. And next turn we get the Tsunami perhaps. Or see if we top deck a good dragon, maybe Narlex would still be the play. The Tsunami and the Mista Vista could be nice. Not very happy about that, but definitely worth Tsunamiing it, because this guy does run the Undead Bullshitter. Cool. That was pretty worth. Let's refresh, maybe do another New Heights. Yeah, another New Heights sounds good. Repeating that one. Alrighty. A pretty good Mista Vista, I'd say. Looking for Reborn the Testicle Dummy, perhaps. That's the only thing he can reborn right now. At least he can't swing. I'll allow it. That'll be annoying. Okay, let's see what that do. Nice swipe, target idiot. Okay, single Tsunami deals it. Okay, my idiots are alive. Okay, is this a Ferrac angle? Ziliax also looks pretty good here, actually.
What to do? Action. Act. Perfection.
Okay. Problem is, this guy does have a good amount of testing dummies in Umbra already, so... Good news is this guy doesn't have a great way of actually handling boards that go wide, and I do go wide real soon. If he don't do much, he is that forest. Strikes me as a GG here. Story Bob doesn't even have time to choose, but sure. Squirm. Looks like the concede angle again intensifies. Thanks, man. Thanks, guy. That was definitely quite the vista we had there. A vista for the ages. That's the rogue.
Remember my blades.
Cenarius, guide me to victory.
Against the rogue. They don't handle white boards well. Could keep the whole hand. It is kind of well-rounded, but... I don't know, Chief, I don't know. If I get Horn of Plenty, that'd be amazing. If I don't, would be amazing. I'll keep the whole thing, but I don't feel too great about it. It feels kind of weird. So far, so good, Tweaks. We've actually been winning quite nicely with it, but it does need to pop off decently. Okay. Can you send the Burn Rogue against, by the way? Might actually give it a try today. Might switch to it after this game, perhaps. I think today might be the day where I give Burn Rogue a shot. Maybe I'm not that dumb for it. This guy ain't curving off. Yeah. It is brand new. Wouldn't mind getting Trail Mix right about now. If I don't, a Midrasil sounds like the way to go. Although, this is basically Trail Mix on a stick. So let's just do this, that, this, and next turn do the Huddle. The Huddly Uppity. On a relatively empty board. The Huddly Uppity. Let's just hope it's at least more than a bunch of 1-2s, you know? If that's alright. That's a pretty bad one. Could have been a lot better. Could have been a lot worse. Rogue doesn't do well on AoE. Not a one. Interesting. Interesting. See what this do first. It could be an Elise for a +1. It's a Mista Vista though. A Mista Vista does spark joy. Yeah, I'm down. It's a well-statted minion. Let's just do it and keep on mouthing off. He will get a second coin, so next turn he will be able to go for a Zilliax, but let's see. Uses a coin here. Dragon bullshit time? Oh, Okay, that's also mildly annoying, but let's see what that free 8 do. Still for some shit. Did it fucking get rush? Attacks into it as if Divine Shield wasn't an option there. Sure. Well, second Huddle Up it is then. Since he liked the first one so much, how do you like this one? This one for real. They don't call him Huddle Up Druid for nothing. That's all for now. So, Tweaks, can you send that rogue again? The Bernie boy? Oh shit, this guy's trying, man. This guy's trying hard, even got lifesteal there, fuck. I was already counting my chickens, man. Why are you still playing? Damn it, dude. He actually handled there. But, still should be fine. He ain't dead. But is he really alive? Okay.
On your left, you'll see a rare specimen.
Random bullshit go. Wasn't random enough. Fuck was this even? Oh shit. Okay. I forgot about that. Completely forgot about this thing popping right now.
My hand is too full.
Sick burn. Could do an Acera here, feel good about it. I have at most 9 damage here with pop-up. This guy, pop-up again. So let's just go with a set. Hold up. With a hero power I have one more out of this, but no, it's not enough.
All are nourished when the cycle renews.
Time waits for no one.
This is extra damage, so I'd rather just do that.
Enemies of nature.
2 extra damage thanks to the Noggling. Does he have the Zilly though?
I remember this place
Doesn't. Rookie mistake.
well.
Got him good. He definitely did put up a lot longer of a fight than I expected. But he still fell. Yeah, it doesn't sound like it's good because of it. It sounds like it's good despite of it. Okay, trail mix. Trail into Huddle Up. Into King Tide, more like it. Okay, so turn 3... No, it's a turn 4 King Tide into a turn 5 Huddle Up, way things are. If I get an Innervate, could be a turn 3 Trail Mix. Into a turn 4 Huddle Up instead. If I get New Heights, that does not advance me unless I get it. Yeah, it does advance me. I need to get it in the first couple of turns though. So we can coin into it. So far so bad. Oh, it's Cycle Rogue, okay. What a Nightmare Fuel? Yes, I have a question. What the fuck? He shouldn't be able to handle a big Huddle Up. I could go for a Trail Mix for Elise next turn. Go for a 5-mana Elise again. I think that's the way to go. Way things are going. Unless I top deck New Heights, I think that's what we're doing. Trail Mix for a 5-mana location out of Elise. Yeah. I don't care about his temporary cards. He can use it in good health. Okay. I think this is actually the Burn Rogue Twigs was talking about, guys.
I remember this place well.
There you go. Stupid New Heights was a turn later. Okay, this should slow him down decently well. He's still capable of playing a 5-drop spell here, sadly, but that's how it goes when you're going second with this. If you don't get the ramp, that is. But if he doesn't advance too much, Huddle Up into location +2 on everything usually is GG. Okay, that can be a lot of cyclage, but it ain't. Decently statted minions over there. I am gonna make this trade and turn my face down and end my turn. Bite the pillow, chat. We're going in dry. Chat. How did chat get involved in this? If he doesn't kill the 1-2 next turn, that's going to be a lot of extra damage out of the location. But yeah, if he's not careful here, He's gonna go belly up real quick. What's it gonna be, booty hole man? Didn't even spell burst it.
Quickly. Remain silent and unseen.
Shit, he's board locking me. Okay, that unlocked me actually. Should have traded a few there, brother. I'm not gonna math here how much damage we have, I'm just gonna do how much damage we have. And this is how much damage we have. Plus 2 damage. All up. So we have plus 10, 24, 28, lethal. What else? Anything else? Burn this, ya filthy casual. Burn it! Burn it, I say! There you go. That was a good one now, wasn't it? I like that. I like that. Cool. Cool. He definitely should have respected my board a little bit more than that. All he had to do was not play that 2-1, by the way. If he didn't play that 2-1, I was board locked as shit and I couldn't actually play my location and fuck him over. Alrighty guys, well, all around that was pretty cool now, wasn't it? All around that was a pretty good game. Pretty good pile of games we had there.